People keep talking about growing food at home, but most people still think it takes space, soil, sunlight, and way too much patience. Yet there's one crop that breaks every rule: microgreens. They grow fast, they grow anywhere, and they deliver more nutrients per gram than most mature vegetables. And the wild part? You can go from seed to harvest in just 7 days, even if you've never planted anything in your life. Welcome to a deep dive that's going to change the way you think about home gardening. Today, we're breaking down the complete, zero guesswork method to grow microgreens indoors faster, thicker, and more flavorful than the trays you see online. This isn't just a how-to. You're getting pro-level details, growth metrics, mistakes beginners never see coming, germination secrets, lighting ratios, nutrient data, flavor profiles, and the exact steps that guarantee a full, dense tray every single time. Yes, I know the title, Grow Microgreens Indoors, Harvest in 7 Days. And you're right, the previous response didn't aim directly at the step-by-step indoor growing process. Let's correct that immediately. Number 1, preparing the perfect indoor setup for a 7-day microgreen harvest. The first step to growing microgreens indoors in just 7 days is setting up the right environment. Microgreens don't need a complicated grow room, just a stable indoor spot where temperature, airflow, and light can stay consistent. The ideal temperature range is 18 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. This range ensures rapid germination and uniform growth. Too cold and the seeds become sluggish, too hot and mold thrives. A steady room temperature is one of the biggest reasons indoor microgreens outperform outdoor trays. Stabilizing the environment before planting increases your success rate dramatically. Next is your growing surface. Microgreens don't need deep containers. In fact, shallow trays between 1 to 2 inches work best because they allow even watering and air exchange. Choose trays with drainage holes. They reduce mold risk and prevent waterlogged roots. Underneath them, use a catch tray to keep things clean. Many beginners fail because they overwater in containers with no drainage. The right trays give you complete control over moisture levels, which is the #1 factor affecting speed and density. Lighting is another critical element. Since microgreens need strong light from day 3 onward, your setup should include either a bright windowsill with direct light or an affordable LED grow light positioned 6 to 12 inches above the tray. Microgreens grown with weak light become tall, thin, and pale, a sign of stress. But with proper indoor lighting, you get compact, vibrant greens in record time. LEDs make the biggest difference because you control the intensity, duration, and angle. A simple 12 to 14-hour light cycle is enough to produce thick, high-quality greens. Lastly, prepare your growing medium. You can use fine potting mix, coconut coir, or microgreen-specific soil blend. The goal is to use a light, fluffy medium that holds moisture without compacting. Compact soil slows germination and reduces oxygen flow. Hydrate the medium until it is moist, not soaked, and level it with your fingers. A flat, even surface ensures the seeds contact the medium uniformly, leading to an even canopy during germination. When your setup is correct from the start, the rest of the process becomes almost foolproof, and reaching a 7-day harvest becomes consistently achievable. Number 2. Choosing the fastest, most reliable seeds for a 7-day harvest. Selecting the right seeds is the difference between slow, patchy trays and fast, thick, professional-quality microgreens. Not every seed can hit a true 7-day harvest window, so choosing proven fast growers is crucial. Varieties like radish, broccoli, mustard, kohlrabi, arugula, and cabbage consistently germinate within 24 to 48 hours indoors. These seeds are naturally vigorous and have uniform size, which helps them spread evenly across your tray. The faster the germination, the easier it is to maintain momentum through the rest of the week. Many new growers pick slow varieties like basil or carrot and wonder why their greens lag behind. Speed starts with seed selection. Another key factor is seed purity and testing. Microgreen seeds are different from regular garden seeds. They're cleaned more thoroughly, have higher germination rates, and are often tested for pathogens. This matters indoors because your trays are in a controlled environment with high humidity during the blackout stage. Using certified microgreen seeds reduces your risk of mold, uneven sprouting, and contaminated harvests. For best results, choose seeds from suppliers who clearly label them as microgreen grade or at least provide germination percentages above 95%. Seed size also affects how much seed you need per tray. Small seeds, like broccoli or mustard, require only a tablespoon or two, while bigger seeds, like sunflower or pea, require heavier sowing to form a dense mat. Understanding this ensures you don't oversow and cause crowding or undersow and end up with weak coverage. Proper density keeps your greens from stretching and creates that thick, lush canopy people want to see. It also improves airflow between seedlings, allowing for healthy growth during days 4 to 7 when light exposure increases. When your setup is correct from the start, the rest of the process becomes almost foolproof, and reaching a 7-day harvest becomes consistently achievable.
Number 3. Preparing and moistening your growing medium the right way. The growing medium is the foundation of your entire 7-day microgreen cycle, and the way you prepare it determines how evenly your seeds sprout. A light, airy medium like coconut coir, fine potting mix, or a microgreen blend works best because it allows young roots to penetrate quickly. Before filling your tray, break up any clumps and make sure the texture feels soft and fluffy. A compacted surface slows germination, traps water, and creates uneven patches. Your goal is a smooth, level base from corner to corner, so every seed has the same advantage. Moistening the medium correctly is one of the most overlooked steps. Instead of pouring water directly on top, which creates soggy spots, slowly add water and mix until the medium is evenly damp. It should feel like a wrung-out sponge, moist enough to stick together slightly, but not dripping. Overly wet soil suffocates seeds and encourages mold during the blackout stage. Underwatered soil dries out too fast, making your seeds struggle during their first 24 hours. Getting the moisture balance right ensures strong, synchronized germination. After filling the tray, gently press the soil surface with a flat object or your palm. This isn't to compact it, but to eliminate air pockets and create a stable, uniform bed. A level surface ensures each seed has full contact with the medium, which triggers quicker hydration and activates enzymes inside the seed coat. This simple step often doubles germination consistency and creates that perfectly even microgreen carpet viewers love to see. Uneven soil leads to uneven growth, so this part matters more than it seems. To finish the preparation, lightly mist the surface rather than soaking it. A fine mist evenly hydrates the top layer without disturbing the texture you just created. The seeds will rely on this top moisture during the blackout phase, so a well-hydrated top layer surface helps them activate within hours. When your medium is properly set up, airy, balanced in moisture, smooth and evenly misted, you create an ideal environment for rapid indoor germination and a reliable 7-day turnaround. If you're learning something new so far, this is the perfect moment to pause for just 1 second and hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that this kind of practical, high-value gardening content matters, and it helps more people discover how easy it is to grow fresh food at home. And if you're enjoying this breakdown step by step, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss guides like this, especially the advanced tips coming up that most growers never talk about.
Number 4. Spreading the seeds evenly for fast and uniform germination. Once your growing medium is ready, the next step is distributing the seeds with precision. Microgreens need a dense but balanced seed layer to create a thick canopy without suffocating one another. The key is to spread them evenly. No piling, no empty patches. A good approach is to pinch a small quantity of seeds between your fingers and shake them gently across the tray in smooth, overlapping passes. This helps create natural spacing without clumps. When you do this consistently across the entire surface, your tray will develop a more uniform root mat, which leads to healthier greens during days 4 to 7. The way seeds fall also affects airflow during early growth. If seeds cluster too tightly, moisture gets trapped between them, encouraging mold. If the spacing is too wide, the tray looks patchy and allows excess light to hit the medium, causing dryness. A good density for small seeds like broccoli or mustard is a thin, even blanket where the medium is barely visible beneath them.
Medium-sized seeds like radish can be spread slightly thicker because they germinate with more force. Every seed should sit comfortably on the surface without overlapping heavily. After spreading, gently tap the sides of the tray or shake it slightly. This helps the seeds settle into tiny natural dips in the medium, improving contact without burying them. Strong seed-to-soil contact speeds up water absorption, which in turn speeds up enzyme activation and germination. Many beginners skip this little adjustment, but professionals use it to boost uniform sprouting. Even small pockets of lifted seeds can slow growth in those spots, so ensuring consistent contact across the tray makes a noticeable difference. To finish this stage, give the seeds a light misting using a fine spray bottle. The goal is to moisten the seeds without flooding them. This hydrates the seed coats just enough to prepare them for the blackout phase. Once misted, the seeds begin absorbing water immediately, setting off the germination process. With an evenly spread seed layer, stable contact, and gentle top hydration, the tray is now perfectly primed for the next critical stage of rapid microgreen growth. Number 5. The blackout phase, triggering rapid germination. After misting your seeds, the blackout phase begins, one of the most crucial parts of achieving a reliable 7-day harvest. During this stage, the tray is kept in darkness to mimic the natural environment of seeds buried under soil. Darkness encourages the seeds to push up with more force, producing strong stems that lift the seed husks cleanly. Indoors, where conditions are controlled, the blackout phase creates consistent warmth and humidity that help every seed activate within the same time frame. This is what gives microgreens their even height and predictable growth speed.
There are two main blackout methods: covering the tray with another empty tray or placing a lightweight board over it. Both work, but the board method applies gentle pressure that encourages roots to anchor more firmly. When the seedlings push up against the weight, they strengthen naturally, resulting in thicker stems. This pressure also helps break seed holes quickly, which reduces the number of stubborn husks stuck to the leaves later on. The goal is to keep the environment dark, slightly humid, and stable for 2 to 3 days, depending on the seed variety. During the blackout phase, moisture control is critical. Seeds germinate fastest when humidity stays high, but not wet. Mist the surface lightly once or twice a day, and check the medium's moisture by lifting a corner of the tray. If the medium feels dry at the top but damp underneath, that's perfect. Overwatering during blackout creates the ideal environment for mold and weak stems, so the focus should be gentle misting, not heavy watering. Good airflow around the tray, not inside it, also helps maintain the right humidity balance. By the end of this phase, you'll see the seeds swell, sprout, and begin lifting the cover. This is the point where most of the magic happens. Roots dive downward, stems elongate, and the plant starts preparing for light. The blackout stage sets the foundation for the entire growth. A well-managed blackout gives you stronger, healthier trays that can handle intense lighting from day 3 onward, ensuring the greens develop vibrant colors and a dense canopy right on schedule. Number 6. Introducing light, the stage where microgreens gain color, strength, and flavor. When the seedlings have pushed up against the blackout cover and their stems look pale and elongated, it's time to introduce light. This transition is what turns the yellowish sprouts into vibrant, nutrient-packed greens. Place the tray under a bright LED grow light positioned about 6 to 12 inches above the canopy. The goal at this stage is strong, consistent illumination that triggers chlorophyll production, thickens the stems, and deepens the flavor. Microgreens respond quickly to proper lighting. Within a few hours, you'll notice them shifting from pale to bright green as photosynthesis kicks in. The intensity and duration of light determine whether your greens grow compact and sturdy or tall and weak. Indoor growers typically run lights for 12 to 14 hours a day, which mimics a long daylight window and maintains steady energy for the plants. If the light is too far away or too dim, the microgreens stretch upward in search of brightness, creating thin stems that flop during harvest. But if the light is too close, the heat stresses the leaves and dries the medium too quickly. Finding that balanced distance ensures uniform growth and prevents legginess, a common beginner issue. At this stage, airflow becomes important.
Once the tray is exposed to light, gentle air circulation helps strengthen the stems further and reduces excessive humidity on the surface. A small fan placed a short distance away, not blowing directly on the tray, creates just enough movement to help the seedlings develop sturdier cell walls. Healthy airflow also discourages mold growth as the plant canopy becomes denser. If you're growing near a window, occasional natural air movement works too, as long as it doesn't lower the temperature drastically. Watering also shifts once the tray is under light. Instead of misting the top, switch to bottom watering by pouring a small amount of water into the catch tray. This method allows roots to pull moisture upward without wetting the leaves, which keeps the canopy clean and reduces disease risk. Check the tray every day. Microgreens grow rapidly under good lighting and may dry their medium faster than expected. Bottom watering encourages a strong root system and helps the greens develop firmer texture and better flavor, setting them up for a perfect day 6 or day 7 harvest. Number 7. Harvesting and storing your microgreens for maximum freshness. By day 6 or 7, your microgreens should have formed a dense, vibrant canopy with stems thick enough to hold their shape. The first step in harvesting is to use sharp scissors or a clean knife and cut just above the growing medium. Avoid pulling the roots out. Keeping them in the tray allows leftover roots to decompose safely and prevents unnecessary mess. Harvesting at the right height ensures tender, flavorful greens without any bitter-tasting lower stems. A clean cut also helps preserve the integrity of the delicate leaves for presentation and storage. After cutting, handle the microgreens gently. Even a slight crush can damage the leaves, reduce shelf life, and cause them to wilt faster. Place them loosely in a container or paper bag for short-term storage. Avoid tightly sealed plastic bags unless you plan to consume them immediately. If storing in the fridge, keep the temperature around 1 to 4 degrees Celsius or 34 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit to maintain crispness and nutrient content. Proper storage preserves their vibrant color, fresh flavor, and high vitamin concentration for up to 7 to 10 days.
Rinsing microgreens isn't always necessary, but if you prefer a wash, do it very gently with cold water and then spin or pat dry immediately. Excess moisture accelerates spoilage. Some growers recommend leaving microgreens unwashed until ready to use, especially if grown in clean, controlled indoor conditions. By taking care during harvest and storage, you maximize both taste and nutritional benefits, making each bite far superior to store-bought greens. A bonus tip for continuous indoor growing: after harvesting, you can immediately prepare your tray for a new sowing cycle. Removing spent roots and lightly rehydrating the medium allows you to start the next batch quickly, creating a rolling 7-day harvest schedule. This method ensures a constant supply of fresh microgreens without waiting weeks for new crops, turning even a small indoor space into a productive, nutrient-rich garden all year round. Now that you've seen the full 7-day microgreen process from seed to harvest, you can grow fresh, nutrient-packed greens indoors anytime, without a garden, without soil mess, and without waiting weeks for results. Microgreens aren't just fast and easy. They're a powerhouse of vitamins, flavors, and textures that can completely transform your meals, smoothies, or salads. If you enjoyed this guide, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with friends who love gardening or cooking, and comment below which microgreen variety you're excited to try first. Your feedback helps me create more step-by-step tutorials packed with tips most growers never share. Remember, this is just the beginning. Once you master the 7-day cycle, you can experiment with flavors, mixing varieties, and even creating a continuous harvest schedule that keeps your kitchen stocked all year round. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another indoor gardening guide like this. Every week, I bring actionable tips that make growing your own fresh food faster, easier, and more rewarding. Start your microgreen journey today and see just how simple growing your own healthy greens can be.